My name is Lulu, and I've been at Stuart since EC, and I've had a lot of fun over the years.
Hello, my name's Lily, and I've been here since kindergarten. We're all in 4th grade, and a lot has changed.
Hey, I'm Jamila.
And I'm Charlotte.
And we've been here since 1st grade.
We wanted to know more about Stuart's past and present.
Today on the podcast, we're learning more about how the school environment has changed over the years.
Our special guests will help us learn more about our topic. Welcome to our podcast. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Julia Wall. I'm the head of school at Stuart Country Day School of the Sacred Heart.
What's your favorite old or historical part of Stuart and why?
Gosh, there's so many beautiful architectural elements of Stuart that I think signal to us how we should use space. But I think maybe the one that comes to mind first is the one that you see when you first come right into the building, that Christ pillar. It's just a signal to me that I'm not alone, so whatever day is going to face me today, if there's hard things, if there are things that I'm worried about, or if I have to do something big, that I am not walking this path alone. He's right there with me. And it's a great reminder for me.
Are there any special places on Stuart's campus that you think feel taken for granted? If so, please tell us about them.
Well, I think that we are so lucky to have all of the windows that we have. And these windows give us an actual window into the world. I think that they make us feel like we're interconnected with this planet that we're on. And they allow us to, in those moments when we just need a little brain break, we can gaze out at something beautiful and be reminded that we are surrounded by beauty. I think we take that for granted because not all schools have these floor-to-ceiling windows and this access to light and sunlight. So I try to get myself outside during the day. I try to get kids outside as much as possible because walking around the grounds is, I think, a really beautiful part of the campus. The trails, have you guys been on the trails? Yeah. So, I think that to be able to walk a trail on a Tuesday at 10 a.m. is a pretty great thing.
If you were to choose one space at Stuart that means the most to you, which space would that be and why?
So I'll tell you a little story. You know where Mater is? So Mater is right in our front lobby. And when I first got here, the door to that Mater terrace was locked. And I was wondering why that was locked. It was kind of like the secret garden. You know how, did you guys read that book, Secret Garden? Okay. When there's this garden that's locked up and no one can go into it and everything is overgrown. So I was trying to figure out, why is this locked? I found out from our maintenance crew that it's been locked for like 10 years or 15 years. No one goes out there. So I started to inquire more, and there was a small structural fix that needed to be made on the glass framing to make it safe. We did that, and now we have a brand new space to enjoy Mater from the inside and the outside. And it's my favorite space because I do a lot of my meetings out there. Sometimes I get to stand over that terrace and watch you guys play on the playground and then just witness. Just be a witness to what is happening. There's so many birds out there. If you guys ever notice the birds.
Yeah.
And so opening up that space to the community, because you guys can go out there too. Have you ever been out?
Oh, I have.
Yeah, you have. Okay. Well, I recommend that one day you give yourself a gift and go out on that terrace and look out. It's beautiful.
Could you tell us about any recent changes on our campus that you're proud of?
No, well, that's one of them. But I think that the larger one was Cordis. And that doesn't impact the lower school as much as it will when you head into middle school next year. But what we did with building out those spaces and making them nice, the whole point was to make our students feel really excited to go into those spaces because they're all in support of your growth and development in different ways. In your mind, in your body, and your spirit. So we redesigned the library so it felt light and fresh, and there were more collaborative spaces in there. We brought the learning center upstairs so that those that are deep in their learning can also have a really great place to do really important work. We put a campus ministry room in for the first time. So there's a reflection space and kind of a chill hangout room. We made a health and wellness suite so that the nurse is right next to the school counselors, so that if you are feeling a certain way on a certain day, you can just go right into those spaces and feel a sense of calm and feel a sense of support. And we also love that our tech support, sort of like, have you ever been in an Apple store?
Yeah.
Okay. So I love the idea that we have kind of like a genius bar, like a help desk support, but at Stuart, right? And that it's connected to your wellness, because how many of you are on social media? So, being on social media is such a privilege and a huge responsibility. There's so much that you need to understand about how to preserve your digital health, right? And your digital identity, and who you are should be the same as how you operate in real life. So like real life Jamila should be the same as online Jamila, right? And so I love the idea that our tech office is part of our digital citizenship and support, right? So I'm really proud of all those spaces. We spent a lot of time designing them for students and making them really, really good. And I'm excited for you to use them next year.
How could students contribute to future updates on students' campus?
Well, I think firstly, giving us your ideas. So you are the primary users of the space, right? You know what feels good, what you need. Using your voice to speak up and say, I had a really good idea that maybe you can consider. Maybe it doesn't fit into your plan, but that's really important. So you each contribute your ideas. Actually, starting in middle school, you get a lot of surveys. We actually ask your opinion all the time on how your classes are going, how you're feeling a strong sense of belonging, what we need to do to improve the campus. We ask you directly in a kind of a Google form, and we do that at least once a year, oftentimes 3 times a year. So once you hit middle school, we will be asking for your advice pretty frequently. So just be thoughtful about what ideas you have to bring to the table, because we're always listening.
Are there going to be any big changes at Stuart that you'll be establishing in the future? If you can you share one with us?
Let's see, big changes. This is the time of year when I figure out what we're going to work on next year, right? And so we haven't fully figured out what our goals are this year, but we're really close to figuring those out. My guess is that they will be really strong leadership curriculum for our kids, like how we are making sure that starting in kindergarten and then all the way up until you're 18, you are growing in your leadership skills. And how are we going to track that? How are we going to make sure that that every year you're growing? So I think that is something that we're thinking about. And then more to come. How do you think, let me ask you a question. How do you think I should tell you what I'm working? Like, do you think that kids want to know?
Yeah, I feel like most kids from third grade and then up would want to know, because maybe they want to help out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. We enjoyed chatting with you. After we chatted with Miss Wall, we figured out a few ideas.
Well, maybe Miss Wall can make an announcement over the speaker and tell us new projects or things that she wants to build, or little updates around the school.
Maybe we can invite Miss Wall to our lower school gatherings so she can share some of her plans and ideas. At the start of a cooperative event, Miss Wall could share her ideas, her hopes and dreams, and her accomplishments. We're so lucky to be a part of the Stuart community. As we stay in the lower school, this project has been a great chance for us to lead like a 4th grader. We are incredibly grateful to our wonderful guests for sharing their ideas and experiences.
And by the way, for our listeners, we appreciate you all taking the time to be here with us, and we hope you found value in the conversations we had.
Until next time, explore your roots, connect with your community, and care for the earth. Oh, and also, stay curious.